2019, I did something to my back that is called a bulge disc. And that bulge disc led to, well, we didn't know what it was until I had an MRI. And then this MRI found cysts that I had to have removed. That had nothing to do with my bulge disc. But I was having really severe sciatica pain. So my chiropractor was like, you probably should talk to a OB/GYN and let's maybe that cyst is 6 inches. It could be pushing against your sciatica. We should really get that taken care of. So went through surgery, did that. Really struggled with the surgery. Did not go anything like I planned. Like the story of our lives, right? It was supposed to be a 2 to 3 day recovery. It ended up being an 8-week recovery. And so it just wasn't anything like I expected. And not that I'm necessarily a planner and expect things to always go my way. I think we'll just say I don't like surprises. That's what we'll say. I don't like surprises. And what I found was that it was scary and there were a lot of things going on, but it wasn't enough to get me to really start taking care of myself. So that would have been in 2019 in I'm trying to think when I started actually working out and getting healthy again. April of 2021. So April of 2021, a friend said, hey, do you want to work out together? We can compete and make it a competition. And I was like, yeah, right? I was like, yeah, of course I'll do it. Forget the health stuff, right? But I'll do it because it's a competition. And what happened was she ended up injuring herself and couldn't work out. I kept going and kept it up and through May of 2022. In May of 2022, I decided to take a summer break. That never ended until the beginning of 2023. But what I want to say is that there are many different reasons on why we are consistent, why we decide to show up, right, for the things that we need to do. And for me to work out and get healthy, it was that competition aspect, right? And I was looking at my analytics over the past 30 days because I did decide when I was in Hawaii, I decided that my word of the year was going to be visibility. I was like, you know what? I am going to live it, breathe it, embody it. I'm going to be it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to literally walk the walk, because there were a couple months in 2022 that I felt like that I kind of slacked. And even though my friends say I didn't notice, I noticed, right? I know what my output is. I know what I'm capable of. And I think that is important to know. What are we capable of, right? And what is our driving force to be consistent? For example, to work out, my health didn't scare me, right? It didn't scare me into getting healthy. I waited 2 years after that before I started taking care of myself. And, a lot of times when we're in business, we want to do things like the financial, what am I going to get? What's the reward I'm going to reap from this, blah, blah, blah. And when I set my goals for 2023, I truly said, I'm not setting revenue goals. I'm setting visibility goals. I know what I want to accomplish, and I am literally going to improve every single month, right? Obviously, my revenue goals, I want them to be better than they were last year, but I didn't specifically set any because I have found this. Does anybody become really obsessed when you set a goal? That's what happens to me. And it can turn really negative if I'm not careful, right? So I chose to not do that, but I chose to create a visibility goal, which I'm already seeing results from, right? I'm already seeing the increase, and the more visible I am, I'm going to see the increase. And we call that in our world a KPI, or a key performance indicator, right? Because the more I increase just bear with me, the more I increase my views, the more I increase my reach, the more I increase my impressions, whatever you want to call the things, right? The more potential leads I am attracting, right? The more potential people that will say yes to my opt-in, the more that potential people will say yes to myself, right? This is all like an overview. I obviously need to be talking to my ideal person. I need to be saying the right thing. I need to be creating myself as, positioning myself as the expert, not the friend zone, right? That's what I get to be doing. And I think that is just like the key, right? We need a goal or a plan or a competition, even if it's with ourselves. And we get to figure out how we're going to implement that into our business. And although, revenue goals and all those things are fun, and it doesn't mean I'm not striving for something, because I am. I just didn't want it to be my whole focus of 2023. I would rather a KPI be my whole focus of 2023. This is not, if you do yours differently, this is not shaming you or saying you're doing it wrong, because we each get to do what works for us. And for me, creating a KPI, think of hundreds of lives in July 2020, 100 live videos, 2021, 215 live videos. Again, changing lives in July, 2022, 100 uncomfortable actions. To thrive and to push myself and to grow, I set KPIs, and it's always worked for me. And so that's what I will continue to do. Does that mean if I have a launch, I'm not going to say I want 10 people, or I'm going to have a good, better, best goal? Yes, I'm totally going to do that. But my overall word of the year, my overall focus of the year is visibility. And here's why. Because in the last 30 days, I just want to throw this out there. Now, all these are a variety of differences, right? So I think this is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn have a 56.8% increase, right? Facebook page, my business page, 198.6% increase over the last 28 days. And my personal Facebook page, 31% increase in engagement, 23% increase in reactions, 3% increase in comments, 608% increase in link clicks. Hello. 106% increase in photo views. TikTok. I gotta blow it up. I can't see. 19.55% increase in video views. This is, what platform is this? I'm trying to think. Hold on. This is YouTube. It doesn't tell me the percentage. Oh, it just says 9,000 more views than usual. So it doesn't give a percentage. So that's YouTube. And then my Instagram, 92.3. I reached 92.3% more accounts compared to the previous 28 days. That is huge. Now, granted, those numbers are big because obviously also in the last 28 days, we were all slower. We were all doing a lot less at the end of the year and Christmas and New Year's and all of that stuff. So to increase from the 28 days after that, that's going to be a lot more work, right? But that's okay. As long as my goal is continuously increasing, that's all I'm concerned about, right? But I'm also not going to beat myself up if I don't hit that. My goal is to increase. My goal is to be visible, and I'm going to continue on that path. So I want you to think, is there a KPI that drives you? Is there a KPI that you know is a moving the needle forward, money making, whatever you want to call it, activity that you can do in your business? So think about that. Ask yourself, and is that something we need to set up for a first quarter goal or a second quarter goal? How can we increase the KPIs that you're putting out that you can have fun with, but can lead you to the goal that you want, whether it's revenue, number of people, or whatever it ends up being, number of people on your list, all of those things, right? My goal with visibility is to attract as many future soul-aligned clients as possible, right? And I want you to ask yourself, what will do that for your business? Now, I could surely show up and dance on TikTok. Not really. but put out a bunch of content that has nothing to do with my business and probably grow even faster. But that is not my goal. My goal is to also attract future soul aligned clients in the process. So how can I be very strategic, but also be very visible and increase both as I move forward in this year? That is a strategy I am working on. That is a strategy I will continue to share. But the first step is having the passion, having the goal or the commitment, and moving forward. You know, I've been putting out like 4 short form videos a day, trying to do at least 1 live video a day, which I haven't been 100% successful with that, but I'm working on it. 1 piece of content at least a day. My original goal was 100 pieces of content at least a month, but I think I'm already like exceeding that. So it's like, how can I increase that? But I also don't want to just increase it to increase it. I also want to increase the impact that each piece of content has so that it can attract and be very bold and impactful in the people that receive it, right? I want to continue to put out mini masterclass type of content, whether it's videos. It's hard to do that in short form video, but whether it's long form video or written content or carousels or whatever. And that is my goal, is to continue doing that throughout the year to, again, attract more soul aligned clients.